Our route was the Nunikani Lake Loop, located just east of Bracebridge in the Kwartha Highwater Trails area. We accessed the system through Big Hawk Lake, where we had to paddle through heavy cottage country and lots of boat traffic. That was followed by an easy 200-meter portage to Clear Lake, where we camped for the night. The next day, we paddled through Red Pine Lake and into Nunikani Lake, where we camped for 2 nights, and then left the system via Big Hawk Lake and back to our access point for a total loop distance of 20 kilometers. We're at the Big Hawk access point. We drove from 5:30 a.m. this morning. It's now 12 o'clock and we just had a great lunch. This is the first time we're tripping with our new Novacraft Pal canoe. Some tough stuff. We'll see how it works. And we're at the Big Hawk Lake access point. We're gonna go portage over to Clear Lake and camp there for the night. We're just at the end of Big Hawk Lake, about to do our 220-meter short portage over to Clear Lake. First portage trail, really easy trail, and the landing was nice. I think this is going to be an easy trip. So it's about 7 o'clock at night. We're all set up here. We had to put up a tarp because it was raining for a couple of hours. Fortunately we had set up. And it stops raining now, so that's great. We're just making dinner. Beef stroganoff. And then later on we might go for a little bit of fishing. Well, it's our first morning. Just got up on Clear Lake and things are looking pretty nice. Got woken up by some noisy crows. Gonna have breakfast. Well, I guess they call that Big Sky. We were packed up by 8:30 a.m. and off for Red Pine Lake. The Clear to Red Pine Lake portage is an easy 200 meters. So we just made it to Red Pine Lake. Nice little 200-meter portage. Everything was pretty simple. And Red Pine looks pretty cool. The Red Pine to Nunikani requires you to cross the Red Pine Dam, but you can easily wade through the small stream and put in as soon as it's deep enough.
It's looking a bit ugly out there. So, but we're supposed to have thunderstorms tonight. We're hoping that it clears up enough for fishing later. And try not to get any shots of us because we don't really have any clothes on. At the campsite we put a little tarp up and got the tent set up. Cool little site. So we're going to be here for the rest of today, all day tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to try and do, there's a portage into this pond that has speckled trout and is stocked with splake. So we're going to do that in the morning. Hopefully do some fishing for some bass tonight. And should be good. So we just did a little bit of a mask and snorkel. Becky and I are off to Holbox Island, Mexico in a couple of weeks' time, and she's not used to snorkeling yet, so just trying to get her to learn how to clear snorkel and do a few things. And we bought these masks at a scuba diving shop. They're low volume masks, really cool. They're super easy to clear. Tried to do a little bit of fishing, but then it started raining on us. Okay, from Nunikani we're going to Little Trout and Splake Pond, just arriving at portage. I think we've got about a 400 meter portage from here.
Later that afternoon, I decided to take a solo paddle about an hour around Nunikani Lake, trying out the paddle for the first time and its solo versatility. It's a great canoe that way. Later that night we tried yet again to do a little fishing. This time, at least we weren't skunked, although nothing was keepable.
Just doing our little fishing at night so far. Becky caught a tiny little smallmouth. We let it go. Last night, I only had cedar to burn, and as you can see, cedar is very sparky. Fortunately, this campsite is pretty well set up, so I'm not too worried about things. But you want to keep an eye on a fire like this.
Our paddle from Nunikani back to Big Hawk Lake access point was about 5 kilometers in just under 2 hours to complete. It was a beautiful misty morning to paddle through.
It's our last portage trail. There was a dam, Nunikani Dam, and a really easy groomed trail. I think it's about 200 meters. All downhill. We're just beaching at our access point on Big Hawk Lake. End of 4 days. It was just under 2 hours to get here from our camp.
Just a quick plug, we found this route and a few others in Kevin Callan's book, Top 50 Canoe Routes of Ontario. This is really my go-to guide for looking for new paddle routes whenever I have a week free and don't want to plan intensively with just basic topo maps. A real resource to have on any paddler's shelf.